Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and we're back for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest, and I have all kinds of goodies out here today, and we're going to try to make some journal dangles in a similar style to these necklaces that I found on Pinterest, and they are bluebird recycled wine cork necklaces. And let's see here, if you click on the site, it goes to Olive Bites Studios, and these are actually like a 30-inch necklace that has a little cork on the bottom of it with, it looks like a metal bezel behind it holding the cork on. And so I'm going to kind of take this idea and transfer it into, I think, a dangle to hang on a journal. So that's the plan. And again, it's bluebird recycled wine cork necklace, and it's Olive Bites Studios. So let's see what we can do with these. And I have a new iPad, by the way. I love it. I just got it the other day. My other one was way old. So I'm excited to have that. It's definitely faster than my other one was. Okay, so the first thing I did is I had a wine cork. And I've already got ink and glue on my hands from working on this. And I just took my, this thing, my X-Acto knife or craft knife, blade knife, box knife, whatever you want to call it. And I just cut slices, and it worked really well. And so these are the slices that I cut. They're not even. I'm sure if you had some kind of little saw or something, you can make them, all the same thickness when you're cutting through the cork. But mine aren't. They're pretty close, but they're not perfect. And then I just took a piece of cardboard and glued to the back for some stability. So I've got 3 prepared, and so we'll try to get through 3, and we may not, but we'll try. And then I just went through and I found some of my, move this over so you can see, smallest stamps that I had that I thought would fit on the surface. And you see I've got a little bird and a flower and a feather and a butterfly, and then this kind of flowery scrolly thing. And then I went through all my bits and bobs, and I pulled out some stuff that I thought we could put together to make a couple of charms. But the first thing I want to do is get some color on these. So I'm going to take, first of all, my dauber, and I'm going to go around the edge and with Vintage Photo. That's going to be my first step. And I'm just winging this, guys. I mean, since it was a site that was selling the necklaces, I have no idea, how they were made or anything. And so I just kind of am doing my own thing here. And hopefully it's going to work. All right. Now, I also thought that it might be cute to put, since we are journalers, some book page on here. Let me see if I've got something over here that's a really small print. you're going to need something that's fairly small, I think. I've got this is dictionary, but I think this will work. So I'm thinking that if we put just a little bit of that on there, that would look kind of cool. But first I'm going to put some color. And I've got my little daubers here. I keep colored daubers in this little box, just with different colors on them. And if you keep them sealed up like this, you don't have to re-ink them very often. I mean, they kind of stay moist. I don't know if that's going to be enough color or not. It does look kind of cool, though. Seems to be going on really well. Okay. So there's that one. And let's do this color blue. See what it looks like. And these are oxides on these daubers. They're not the inks, they are the oxides. Okay, and then on this other one, what do we want to do for that? I almost think I want something like a really, I'm gonna do like walnut stain, I think, on it. And I'm just gonna do kind of like that, because it's darker. All right, so that's what we have so far. And then let's see if we can get, I mean, I don't want a ton of this. I just want some text on there. I think I'm going to use 3-in-1 glue for it. You could probably also use like a matte medium or something like that, a gel medium. Or some kind of Mod Podge or some kind of decoupage kind of thing. I don't want very much of it at all, just a little bit. And this one is a little bigger because the cork that I had was, you know, fatter at one end. So the little circles got smaller as I was cutting through it. So I'm gonna stick on there. I like the way that you can still see the grain of the cork through the oxide. And there's places that aren't covered. Okay, now let's decide what stamps we want to put. Obviously, this one has to have or the biggest stamp, not has to have, but the biggest stamp is going to fit on that one. So let's do this flower, and I'm doing these in black archival ink just because I think that is going to work the best, if that's even going to stick to my thing. So there's a flower. And what else do we want to do? Do we want to do the bird? Well, cute. All right, and then let's do this little swirly thing. Oop, that didn't come out, did it? I probably should have dried that oxide before I did that. Still looks okay. All right, so there's our 3 little circles all stamped and ready to go. So now, get these little crumblies out of the way. Let's start figuring out how we're going to put these together. So let's do, I think what I'm gonna do is, I don't have those necklaces, you know, had a bezel with a little ring on the top of it, and I don't have anything like that. But I'm thinking I can put a bulb pin through it if I take my pokey tool and make a hole. Since it is a cork. Okay, so that worked. So you could use, if you wanted to, that, just like that, and hang it, you know, as a dangle. So if we build from that, we could hang this. And like I said, there's endless possibilities to this. I just grabbed some things. We could hang that on there. And these little chain things are Tim Holtz. There we have our little bird. And what else could we put on there? We could put let's see. That one doesn't match color-wise. We could do something like that if you wanted to, or you could see if I can get this back off. Oh, I did it. It wasn't easy, but I did it. You could put the key on there. And then go back through there. The cork, I can tell you, definitely hangs on there good, and I guess that's from where it kind of springs around the hole, seals it up. You do that, and then do something like that. I don't have my jewelry tools out, so this is not going to be a professional make here. We're just going to stick it on there, and then I'll tighten everything up later. I can't even see the end of that jump ring. No, it's here somewhere. There it is. So you got something like that. That's really cute. And then you can, you know, add more or less, or, you know, whatever you wanted. So there's that one. So now let's do a silver one. And get a silver bulb pin here out of my little muffin tin. It's gold. Do I have a silver one in here? Yes. Alright, so I want to use these. I also want a safety pin, a mini safety pin. I don't have any of those in silver, I don't think, but we'll get something close enough. Okay. Alright, so let's poke a hole in my cork first. Okay, and I'm going to put the safety pin through the little French metal. Like that. And then these have like little clasp on them. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to clasp it or get it in one of these little things. Links. I can get it in just one. It's wanting to go in two there. I might hang this from the bottom. That would make more sense. Put this here. And you could use beads. I mean, you could use whatever you have. I just grabbed some stuff real quick. All right. And you could use several of these if you wanted. If you wanted to do more than one. You could do that. What do I do here? It's not where I want that. There we go. So there's that one. And like I said, I think I would have gotten a much better impression with that stamp if I had dried the oxide. All right, so one more. We got our little flower. Every flower needs a bee, right? Let's do the bee. Maybe a 30. I don't know for what. Or we could do this little cross. I don't know for what. I mean, we could do a button. We could do a fairy. Let's do, we could do a key. We could do just the bee. Let's do just the bee and a button. Do I have a bigger button? There we go with that blue. Got a kind of a yellowy color. This one we may do just on the ball pen. Alright, so let's poke our hole. Oh, you know, I bet I could. We'll try something in a minute. I bet if I put some, oh, I meant to put my bee on there first. Sorry, I'm having issues completing my thoughts, aren't I? I might need to put that button on there first, too. Okay, let's put the bee, the button, then the cork. And that's too much. All right. Let's take the button off. And then let's take a safety pin. Let's see if I can get this button on the safety pin. We may have to go back to a smaller button. To use the safety pin, but I think it's going to be required. There we go. That's cute too. And then you even tie a little piece of lace or something on that one if you wanted to. So it's 3 different options that I think would look really cute hanging on your journal. And they're really light, so they're not going to weigh it down a lot at all. What I was going to say is I bet I could take some kind of medium and put on there. And bring that stamp out a little bit. Let's put some collage medium on here just for a test. Oh, another thing I bet you could do is it would kind of, oh, see, that's just going to make it worse because it's going to make that. Okay, so maybe a better option would be to not use oxide, but to use an actual ink or an acrylic paint. So let's try that. All right, this is acrylic paint. I could have took that apart before I did all that. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay, I'm gonna dry that. And don't be afraid to mess things up, guys. I mess things up all the time. You know, if it doesn't come out the way you want it, just keep on working with it until you get it the way you want it. Eventually, you'll figure it out. And I mean, after all, you know, if I mess something up, it's a wine cork that was gonna, you know, go in the trash anyway. So you're definitely not hurting anything by experimenting and trying to see what's possible. That's why we do this. Alright, let's see how close I can come to getting this where it was. Oop. Keep knocking everything over. I got some paint on my ball pen there. Have to clean that off. That's okay. Now let's put our little piece of script back on there. Since I covered most of it up. I just looked out the window and it's snowing. This is why I'm freezing today. There we go. So see, that's much better with the acrylic paint. It's much cuter. Yep. So I'm going to go back and do this one with the acrylic paint too. Actually, that blue would look really good with what's going on there. Actually, red would look really good. I wonder what would happen if I put red on there now. We're going to find out. Why not, right? This might be too pinky red. I just pulled that book page off of there so I could... I look like I've chopped my finger off because I've gotten this paint everywhere. Yep, it's going to be okay. So, where's my wipey off thingy? Okay, let's try this one. Okay, and put our little piece of words back on there. Under normal circumstances, I would let these dry a lot more in between each of these steps, but when you're filming, it's hard to do that. Especially on this cork that's so porous, you know, you really need to let it dry. Alright, and then let's try our little stamp again. And again, we'll try to get it as close to the original place as we can. And if we can't and we mess it up, then we'll just replace that part of it. No biggie. There we go. So yeah, the acrylic paint is definitely a better option than the oxide. And let's try another one over here. I'm not going to make the whole thing, but I'm just curious to see if we can use a archival ink. So let's do this fossilized amber. So there's the fossilized amber archival ink, and then let's stamp a butterfly on it and see if we get a good image. There we go. So yeah, I think that'll work too. So archival ink or acrylic paint is definitely better than using the oxide. And I'm sure you could also use, you know, a marker or something like that. But you don't want to use the oxides because I think the corks are too porous, and I think it's soaking in, and then it's making your stamps not look as crisp, and also, you know, it's not sealing the cork. So anything that you do on top of that is going to show. So there's what we have. So we have our little kind of southwestern looking one on like that. And then we have our little bee with the little just smaller kind of version with the bee in the button. And then we have our bird, which is kind of steampunk. I kind of like him. And then here's the butterfly with the archival ink. He matches my sweatshirt. Okay, so that's it. I saw it on Pinterest, episode 54, with our little cork charms. So I hope you guys like that, and I hope you'll try it out. I am myself not a wine drinker. The only reason I have corks is because one of my co-workers gave me a bunch of them to use in crafts and stuff. But hopefully you have some, or you can find someone that will save them for you, because I think they are a good medium to work with. I'm putting my charms back in my little thing here. I think you could do a lot with that. You could also do like altered paper clips, I think would be cute. You could do a faux button, like if you know, poked a couple holes in that and then put some thread through that. That'd be a really cute faux button. It'd be a little thicker than a regular button. You'd probably have to use it on a cover or something, or figure out a way to cut them even thinner. I was trying to cut them just as thin as I could, and that was about as thin as I could with a knife. But if you had, you know, some kind of little saw or something, you may be able to do it thinner than that. So there we go. What's up next? Up next is, let's see, I will be doing this will be on, I'm filming ahead, so I'm trying to keep, this will be on Thursday. So Friday will be 50 Stack Challenge 2, and then Saturday we'll do some general journaling. Not sure what that will be yet, but it will depend on what I've got going on. So until then, everybody have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.